Hello, welcome to Ask the Mayor. This is the May edition. And just so you know, our next Ask the Mayor will be June 13th. So if you have any follow-up questions from today, or if you just had some questions sitting on your mind, please submit them by the week before, and we will have them sent over to the mayor. You can do it either on our website or on our Facebook page. All recordings will be published to our Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. So if you know someone who doesn't have Facebook, please pass it along. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, so question number 1. When will the street surface on White Street be repaired/repaved?
Great question. White Street is a little rough after we did that sewer line replacement. Now, before I get into the repair repaved, I do want to say that we've seen great results from that sewer line replacement that we did there. It's drastically cut our I&I. Isaac and I were just talking about that a couple weeks ago. So as far as getting it repaved, last month we discussed a little bit about how the city gets state aid for paving projects, and we get that every 3 years. So White Street is actually on our list for the coming state aid that we're hoping to receive. So I don't have an exact date, but I can tell you that that is one of the streets that's on our list currently. And as soon as we get some state aid for that, it'll be White Street and a couple other streets. Usually we get several streets paved when we do that. So, and we talked last time about how that should be sufficient to help with the upkeep of 170 once the bridge goes in and that type of thing. So anyway, that's on our list for this next round of funding for paving.
All right, next question. Why doesn't the city let businesses in town?
So this is a great question. I'm not sure where it comes from, but a great question. I'm glad somebody finally asked me that. If somebody could just tell me a business that we haven't let in, we could start there. I can only think of one in the last 8 years, and that was the RV park that was wanting to come in on that piece of land right there by the bluff. That's the only business, if you will, that the city has denied anything to. I think a lot of people at this point know that a Sonic was looking to come to West Fork, and the city was excited about it. As far as the city administration, we were excited to have that opportunity, but that fell through. So I guess the heart of this, where I'm at on it, is the city isn't denying businesses. We don't have a lot of businesses that are actively looking at West Fork that we know of. We just had a tobacco shop that was looking at West Fork and had plans to go in over by Arvest Bank. I've been told that project fell through just recently. So that piece of land there by Arvest, there's another developer looking at a residential development on that piece of property. A lot of you are going to be getting a letter in the mail, a certified letter in the mail that property is going to be up for rezoning. So everybody on Pleasant Street and Mecca Street, Riverwood, you'll be getting a letter because you're adjoined to that property, and so you're going to get a letter that the developer's trying to rezone that. That should be coming out in the next couple weeks to you. But on a whole, no, the city is not. We're not denying any businesses. As a matter of fact, when we redid our zoning ordinance just a year ago, that was one of the things that we were really cognizant of is making sure that our city code was inviting to businesses. But I think when you look at West Fork as opposed to some of the other cities, you drive through West Fork and there's not any empty commercial space in West Fork. It's all utilized somewhere. So for a business to come into West Fork, they essentially have to build a building and start a business, right? And sometimes that can be cost prohibitive. I think if we were like some of the other towns and had some empty commercial space, we would see more businesses coming in because the cost to get started would be lowered. But yeah, the city wants business. The last thing we want to do is end up like a Centerton. So Centerton grew really fast. They had a huge housing boom. People were moving into Centerton and they were working in Bentonville, maybe for Walmart, whatever. But Centerton's actually facing a real issue right now because there's no sales tax revenue in Centerton, and real property taxes are they pale in comparison to sales tax. So towns, it's easy for towns to see that they need businesses. It really helps with our maintenance budgets in the city. So yeah, the city of West Fork wants business. We welcome business to come into town. When they come into town, we're going to sit and talk to them, and we're going to do everything that we can within our zoning laws to get them happy and situated in town. So again, I don't know where this comes from. I'm not sure why people think the city doesn't want businesses, but it's just not the case. We're welcoming to them, and we've worked with everybody that's came into town looking for a spot. We've been very proactive in trying to help them find a spot.
All right. So we have a question, it's kind of more of a follow-up from City Council. Will there be more discussion on the cell tower at the next City Council meeting? And can you tell us about that?
Yes. So for those who aren't aware, the April City Council meeting, we had a proposal to approve a contract with a Verizon cell phone tower company. The company's wanting to build a tower. They'd looked at a couple sites in West Fork, and they had settled on a site that the city owned. It's the property where the old recycle center was. And so they had engaged the city to rent them a piece of property there so that they could build a tower. And when all of this came out, that it was on the agenda, there was some stuff put out on Facebook, a lot of untruths that came out on Facebook that the city had NDAs, and that's why nobody knew about it. And anyway, I won't go back into all of that, but suffice it to say, at that April meeting, the city council, we moved through several motions. Council members made a couple of different motions on how to move with this. Ultimately, we decided that we were not going to take any action on it. We were not going to accept the contract with the tower company. After that meeting, a tower company representative reached out to me and asked if he could come and just speak with the council and answer some questions. And so I said, yeah. And so he came to Tuesday night's meeting, the May meeting, and had a nice question and answer session with city council and even some of the public who were there. And after that discussion, city council voted that they would like to reconsider this tower project. So yes, it will be discussed at the next city council meeting. We have invited this representative to come back and answer questions again. It was brought up that perhaps he should have been there to begin with when we were discussing it. But for everyone that wasn't in the know of this, I just want to highlight a couple of things. That this cell tower has been in discussion since back in, I think it was 2020. It was right in the height of COVID. The tower company came down. They were trying to expand their coverage. If you remember, at that time, a lot of kids were being homeschooled because the schools were closed and different things. And so they were trying to make sure that there was adequate coverage. They actually put in a temporary tower that was down toward Devil's Den for a couple of years to assist with homeschooling. And as it is, West Fork, and many of you probably realize this, but West Fork has some dead zones, whether it's Verizon or AT&T or whoever you have. And that's why they're trying to get a tower kind of down in the valley to make up for those lacks of coverage that are down here in this valley. So yes, it will be discussed again at the city council meeting when is that, Marie? Do you know?
It is the second Tuesday in June. And I believe that will be June 1st is a Sunday. So I believe it'll be the 10th.
Okay.
If I'm doing my math right.
So if anyone has any questions about that, wants to come and listen to the council meeting, see what's being presented, please show up at the council meeting. We'll be happy to hear your thoughts and your comments. And the city council is looking at how they're going to move forward with that and what kind of action they want to take. So we would welcome you to come in and discuss it. We'll meet at 6:30 at the courts building.
Thank you, Kathy, for your comment. I will pass that along. Also, if you do have any follow-up questions or for the next Ask the Mayor or for City Council, we do invite you to share that as well. But thank you for being on and for sharing your comment. We appreciate it. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's it.
All right, guys.
Short one this month.
Yeah, very short this month. So please, share your questions with us. We do want to hear from everybody. We have a link on our website that even if the date is wrong currently, if you submit there, I will still catch it. And we'll update that soon. So the next one is June 13th. So please get your questions in by June 6th. And then also, again, everyone is also invited to City Council. Thank you guys so much. Bye.